We then see inside the room. It's NIDOTHING. She's unmasked, and I can't believe it, but she is a member of the G'day Trainers, and welcome back to another Pokemon Horizons episode review. This one is episode 7 titled Special Training Captain Pikachu. I'm excited. I'm hoping. I've seen it. I don't know why I'm saying I'm hoping. We get some cool special training with Captain Pikachu and our protagonists later on in this episode, and it's pretty good. It pays off almost immediately, which you like to see. For a quick-paced anime, you want to see that. It's not a slow burn. We just want the results right away. We actually start off this episode with a NIDOTHING unmasked. Yeah, that's right. She has not got her mask on. She hasn't got her costume on at all. She's at her computer typing away, getting ready to go live. Instantly, we see that switch. She's getting in her Nidorina costume. We see her mouse up. You can't see, I just moused up. And hidden go live, and all of a sudden she's like, "Yes, sir!" and jumps right into it, and her stream begins. And at that same time, we get the opening credits. Again, if you guys haven't seen the opening credits for Pokemon Horizons, go and watch them. They are incredible. They're great. They're just great. They feel amazing. Go and do it. We see the Bravasagi still in the air on its way to the Paldea region, and we get a little bit of a check-in with some of the crew members. We see Orla down in the boiler room. She's still just making sure that the Bravasagi's flying right and there's no problems. I love her. She's the best. We see Murdoch. He's busy away baking a cake. We catch in with Ludlow, the old man who likes to fish. He's fishing while the Bravasagi's flying. He actually catches a Pelipper. Actually, now that I think about it, that's a really, really dangerous way to fish. Like, you're in an airship and then something huge like a Pelipper grabs your bait and flies away. Like, not just your bait, but your hook, your line, your fishing rod. He's lucky he didn't get dragged into the ocean. We also see Liko. She's chilling with Sprigatito. She's having a nap. She's there drawing away on her tablet until they are rudely awakened by Roy. Roy has just woken up and he is full of energy this morning. It's almost an overwhelming amount of energy, but we find out why. He busts out of that door. He confronts Liko, and he's like, "You know what we need to do?" She knows what they need to do. That's right. Roy is now officially a Pokemon trainer, and they need to have their first ever Pokemon battle. And it was a pretty boring battle. It was a bad battle. It was a really, really, really bad battle. But, you know, it was a battle. What actually happened? They just launched Leafage and Ember after Leafage and Ember after Leafage and Ember after each other. And both Sprigatito and Hogatua both fell asleep. And I don't mean like they passed out or were knocked out. They just laid down and went to sleep. It was really weird. They are not well-trained Pokemon. Granted, they're both like level 5 Pokemon. They're not meant to be well-trained, but look, I can't complain. We all saw the way Pikachu treated Ash on that first episode. I don't know. It's just a little weird. I liked it. It's weird though, but I liked it. Unfortunately, though, that means that the battle was called a draw, and as they were sort of discussing it and reflecting on the battle, they get a notification from Freed telling him to come on down, probably to the, I always get this wrong, is it the brig? I think it's the brig. The bridge, it's the bridge. Or is that just on a spaceship? I don't know. Come to him. They both go there, and Freed gives Roy his first ever Pokedex, of course in the form of a Rotom phone, but they've also been updated. So it's not just a regular Rotom phone anymore. Both Roy's and Liko's have got a special app installed with the Rising Volt Tacklers logo on it, and that's it. The Rising Volt Tacklers have got their own app. So the app itself is sort of a way to prove your identity, show that you are a member of the Rising Volt Tacklers, which does make me think maybe it's a much larger crew spread out over the world. If they need to use it as a way to identify they're a part of the crew, or maybe not, maybe I'm thinking into it too much. But the most exciting part about it is you have a group chat. That's right, the Rising Volt Tacklers got themselves a group chat, even though they all live together. Look, who cares? If you got a group chat, man, who doesn't love being a part of one? Who hasn't got, the meme group, the meme chat with the boys? I've got like 3. I know you do too. It's good. It's a good feeling being a part of it, even if 90% of them are muted 100% of the time. Roy makes his first dedication as a Pokemon trainer, stating that he is going to register Rayquaza in his Rotom phone, in his Pokedex. but they have no idea where it's gone. It flew off, they've got no way to track it, and that's when Freed says something. There's a member of the Rising Volt Tacklers we haven't been introduced to yet. Apparently her name's Dot, and she is a genius. She's actually the one that coded the Rising Volt Tacklers app. She's the one who created it. She's also the information gatherer for the crew. Now, we have not seen her yet, and we don't really see her at all in this episode. However, she's Murdoch's niece. So there's a little bit of family relations. If Murdoch turns out he is from the Alola region, then maybe his niece is too. That doesn't help us with their identity at all. But look, it's just a nice thing. There's another member of the crew we didn't know about, and they're actually on the ship at the moment. They're not located elsewhere. They're actually on the ship in their room. Freed tells them, he's like, look, if anyone knows where Black Rayquaza's gone or Shiny Rayquaza's gone, it's probably Dot. Go down to their room and have a look. As Liko and Roy are approaching the room, they can hear Dot listening in on one of NIDOTHING's videos because they can hear the theme song. The background music, it's just the song that NIDOTHING uses, and they can hear it. However, when they knock on the door, there's no answer. They call out trying to get some sort of response, and well, they get a response all right. The Quaxley that hangs out on that ship leapt out from the door and startled everybody. Little Jojo Duck has got a letter stuck to its chest in its little plumage. It's put like how I've got a little bit of plumage. Yeah, check out Pookie Daddy's chest hair. A little bit like that. It's just sort of, oh, that was weird. I apologize. I'm not going to edit it out, but I'm sorry. Roy reaches down and gets the note off Quaxley's chest, and it's a little rude. I'm not going to lie. It's a little rude. It's just a picture of Roy and Holgator, Fuecoco, knocked out. They've been beaten into battle, beaten into submission, and they just passed out on the floor. It is a pretty crudely drawn picture, but I like it. As a matter of fact, oh, this way. I'm going to have it up here. Up here somewhere. No, that's where the logo goes. Oh, I'm inversed. There, it'll be here. That's where it'll be. The image will be right here. And yeah, they kind of leave. After this, they both head off. They're like, look, she seems rude. She's clearly not going to talk to us. Let's just go. After they go back though, they head back to Freed and ask him about some special training. They don't want to be weak. This girl, Dot, the note that she just wrote about Roy, or drew about Roy and Fuecoco, it's got him a little bit annoyed because look, they haven't really won any battles, which actually isn't entirely true. In the last episode, Liko beat down on Konia. It was off screen, so maybe something else happened. Maybe a wild Pokemon intervened. Who knows? But they're upset that they, especially with their battle earlier in this episode, they know it wasn't amazing and they want some special training. And it didn't take a lot of convincing. Freed and Captain Pikachu share a smile, or it's closer to a smirk and a side eye, and it is on. We quickly cut, just as quickly as I cut from that side of the screen to here, to a NIDOTHING video where she is explaining that the only thing important about battling is getting stronger, stronger, stronger. It's the only way to win is to battle, battle, battle and get that experience. She seems to be a bit of a battle nut. I like her already. Even if she's a little bit rude, is she going to knock out Aurea as my number one girl on the Rising Volt Tacklers? Maybe. We'll just have to see. We cut back to the crew on the deck of the Bravasagi on the wing deck again, as quickly as I cut from that side of the screen, and they are ready for the battle. It seems that Roy and Liko are going to be battling Freed's Charizard. Or are they? Instantly, a lightning strike comes down, hits the Bravasagi, and in the middle of this shining bright white lightning bolt is Captain Pikachu. The captain is going to be their opponent. Freed sets the condition saying that if either of them can land a single hit on Captain Pikachu, then they win the battle. Of course, the two young trainers rush in thinking that, of course, they're going to be able to land a hit on Pikachu. There's no way they won't be able to. Oh boy, they were wrong. Pikachu is fast. Leafage and Embers, no matter how many they send out, were not landing. Pikachu was just doing that really cool anime trope where things were flying at him and he was just like, Yeah, do you like my little humming? I'm imagining that's what was going through Pikachu's voice. You see it a lot with Luffy, with his observation haki. I just wanted to work in a One Piece reference. Getting nowhere with the Leafage and Embers, they decide to try a combo attack. Sprigatito launches its biggest Leafage ever, not really as an attack, but more for coverage, so Fuecoco can run in with a giant tackle. Unfortunately, neither of them work, and Pikachu is gone? Nani? Or is it? it is behind Sprigatito now. It's almost used its instant transmission and it has just teleported behind Sprigatito. Nyaha goes to attack. No, he's too quick. He again instant transports behind Fuecoco, and Fuecoco tries an Ember. Close range, it does not work. Our boy Captain Pikachu is at the pinnacle of Pika speed, and it is just not working. After this though, what? There's 200 Pikachu on the deck of the Brave Asagi? That's right, Captain Pikachu has broken out his Kagebusha no Jutsu, and there are a lot of him. And honestly, I know I've used that Naruto reference a lot. I think there actually is a Naruto reference in this. It's probably going to take up the entire screen right now, but I want to show one because there is a bunch of different Pikachu. Some have got huge grins. Some are just standing there cross-armed, really stern. And then there's one acting all sexy. We got like a sexy Pikachu, which is just like Naruto's sexy jutsu. I can't remember the name of it. It's not his harem jutsu because that's where he combined Shadow Clone with his sexy jutsu. Oh, it was just sexy jutsu, right? I'm pretty sure it was just sexy jutsu. And I've got to show you, I thought it was hilarious. And they start trying to take out these clones one by one. I know it's a double team, but Kagebusha just sounds so much better. They're called clones in Japanese. It's amazing. Sprigatito and Fuecoco just start taking him out by one. But it's not working. Every time they take out one clone, 10 more appear. What's going on? However, after some words of encouragement by Freed, Liko very quickly figures out that it's not that more clones are appearing after they do it. It's every time a clone is destroyed, Pikachu just pops back one spot. So they figure out that the very end Pikachu, that's the real one. That's the real captain that they need to aim for, and they do. He's still too quick for them. They catch up, he gets there, and they fall asleep again. And I don't know if this is like Poke-narcolepsy, or if they're just unmotivated, or if they're running out of steam, but they're not getting swirly-eyed passed out. They're just sitting down and going to sleep. Not falling as like going to sleep, like preparing, sitting down, laying down, and going to sleep. It's weird. Of course, Captain Pikachu is labeled the winner of the battle. Not only did they not manage to land a single hit on him, they both essentially surrendered when they went to sleep. But now, it's lunchtime. Let's celebrate the wins. And we get some pokey preferences here, like food preferences. We find out that Sprigatito, he likes a bit of bitterness. He likes some bitter food. And even though I like to claim I'm a pretty big weeb and I love all this Japanese stuff, there's one flavor I personally have never really been able to get around. Even when I've hung out with some of my Asian friends and I'm like, I just want to fit in because apparently that's who I am. I've never liked it, and that's matcha. I've wanted to love matcha for so long, and I can't get amongst it. I can drink black coffee, no problems. That's really the only real bitter thing I have. But matcha, I just can't do it. Roy and Sprigatito, of course, fiery type, fiery boys. They like the spicy food. And remember how I said Murdoch was making a cake before, or baking a cake? Charizard is just sitting there munching on this giant slice of pink frosted cake. Again, I'm going to chuck an image up because it was cute. Charizard's favorite food, is it cake? I hope it's cake. Our big boy definitely deserves it. And of course, the OG professor of this series, is he the OG? No, the new professor, the new daddy professor of this series, except for Professor Turo. Oh God, is Freed and Turo related? No. My man's just sitting there drinking some coffee. He's surviving on coffee, and I, as a working class corporate man that is also a dad, I live on coffee. So I respect that decision. Good on you, Freed. Liko and Roy then start to reflect on their battle, feeling that Pikachu wasn't trying to defeat them, but teach them a lesson. However, that thought's interrupted when Freed approaches and he's like, hey, are you all ready? You're both about to have a battle. And they have set up against each other. And honestly, it was a much better battle. This was a really fun battle. It's short, but it's fun. We get started. Everyone's looking the Brave Asagi's wing deck again, and they start the battle. Only this time, they're a little bit more cautious about Pokemon's movements. Could that be the lesson that Captain Pikachu was trying to teach them? Of course it was. Prior, they were just launching attacks, not caring where the Pokemon's positions were or anything like that. They were just launching attacks. Now, though, they're anticipating each other's movements. They're trying to see what Hogator and Sprigatito are going to do before launching an attack. and it is a pretty interesting battle. Again, it's short, but it was a good one. The battle climaxes as Hogator sends out a big old ember, and it is a good ember. You know why it's a good ember? Because the Hogator song started coming out again, and Sprigatito, though, had a pretty baller entrance. Not entrance, a baller way to finish this battle, and I just gave it away. Sprigatito wins, but Lico's like, run past that ember, and in that moment, it learns a new move. It learns the move Lightning Speed. Never heard of it? Yeah, you have. Lightning Speed is just the Japanese name for quick attack, and wow, we in the West got screwed with Pokemon attack names because Kagebushin, Lightning Speed, these are so much cool. Soul Blades instead of Cerule Edge. Come on, man. We are getting screwed. Just keep everything in Japanese. That'd be so cool. And Sprigatito wins. Sprigatito jumps in. It's essentially, like I said, it's just quick attack, but it knocks out Hogator in a single attack. It was epic. As they're celebrating not only the battle, but the progress that they've made as trainers and Pokemon partners today, Roy gets a notification on his Rotom phone. It's Dot. Dot's calling him back down to his room because, well, why? I guess we'll find out. They get back to Dot's room, they knock on the door, they call out, and again, no answer. Why? They just got called here. Why is there no answer? Of course, though, little Jojo Duck Quaxley leaps out again, and there is another letter in its chest fur plumage. Let's call it fur. That's more cute than chest hair. Only this time, it's a hand-drawn image of Rayquaza and a map. Do we now know where Rayquaza is? Maybe, because Liko sees it and she's like, hold on, that's Paldea. Rayquaza Black is in Paldea. And I'm thinking, look, we all know what terrestrialized Pokemon look like in the games. They've all got those goofy headgears. They look pretty terrible. However, if you've watched the last episode or even the recap on this episode, you would see that Shiny Rayquaza has a terrestrialized pattern. It's got that really shiny pattern all over its body. So I'm kind of hoping that in the anime, they're getting rid of the headgear, listening to the fans, and they're just going to give them a sort of a shimmering gleam like this. Now that would make sense if Rayquaza's like, hold on, am I terrestrialized? And it goes to Paldea. That's my theory. I think it's terrestrialized in some way or partly terrestrialized. I can't wait to see what happens. Upon hearing this though, Roy thanks Dot, yells out, and then runs away. Liko kind of does as well. She's like, oh, thanks, I guess. Thanks from me as well. And then also leaves. We then see inside the room. It's NIDOTHING. She's unmasked, and I can't believe it, but she is a member of the Rising Volt Tacklers. That's right, NIDOTHING has been on the Brave Asagi the entire time, and it is incredible. It's even more incredible because it's not a Yono. Thank you. Thank you, Pokemon Company, for not making that happen. And that's where the episode ends. That's it. We just see Dot or NIDOTHING in their room, typing away at their computer, probably getting more information, maybe scripting their next video, and the episode ends. Guys, this wasn't a thrilling episode. It wasn't like the last few, but it was a good episode. We got a new member of the Brave Asagi. We found out who NIDOTHING is. And we got some battle and trainer progression for our protagonists. It's amazing. Guys, again, short episode, but down in the comments, let me know what you think. Again, this is what, now number 7, the 7th review we've ever done. I'm loving this style. Let me know what you're thinking. I love you all. Have a great day.